want to say one thing, right? Because I have a father in my life, right?
When's the last time you cried, though? When's the last time you cried?
When I thought about how blessed I was, probably about
There's a-
a
gotta be a
month
time.
and a
That's a
half.
great
month and a half.
question.
I'm walking my dog in the morning, think about how blessed I am with everything.
Yeah.
Who I am, the things I've overcame, just life in general, and it just brought me to tears.
Tone, when was the last time
That's
you
a
cried?
good question. That's
Yeah.
a good ass question.
That's what I was going. I was
We got to go around the room with that one.
I was working with the kids in the summer at Summer Cohesion. I had a kid who's from Ukraine, but he moved here because his father had to works from the U.S., based out of the U.S., and the time zone was too much, so they moved here for the summer. He was having trouble connecting with the other kids, so I obviously noticed that, went over and started talking to him, told him to teach me some of his language, and he was teaching me his language.
It's funny how fast you learn language, too.
He's telling me stories about how his village got destroyed, and he's telling me how it's hard for him to make friends. And he was a cold kid on the outside, like you would just imagine, like a Russian kid. What would you think in your head? That's what he was, like that.
He was
Slavic.
Ukrainian though. Yeah,
Russell
he got bombed
He
the
taught
fuck
me
up.
Russian, and he was telling me he was a hard kid on the outside, and he didn't want to really open up. And once he did, and he told me like he was having trouble, he was struggling. And that just made me sad. And he asked me, he was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with your life?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to fly for the Air Force." And he asked me if I could handle his problems. That he literally can't repeat what he asked me to do. But
Yeah.
he's crying with tears in his eyes, saying he's struggling. So before that kid left, he had to leave the program 2 weeks early. I got him a Lego set to build, and he had his little sister with him who was 7 years old. I got her a bracelet making set. I got him a USA hat, and I got him some chocolates, I think. And I gave him a gift bag, and before he left, I said, "I got one more thing for you." And his mom came and picked him up. I said, "Hiroshogonya" to his mom, which means have a good day. And I said, "Wait, I have one more thing for you." And then I handed him the bag, and he gave me a hug, and that made me cry. So that was the last time I cried.